What's going on, people? Welcome to United View and welcome to the preview for our game against Brighton. FA Cup semi-final tomorrow at Wembley, with thinking ahead, if we win, the chance to play Manchester City in the final, because you're assuming that they beat Sheffield United. But away from that, we have to take care of our own business. And you know what? I'm sorry, guys. I'm still in my feelings. I'm still feeling negative. I'm still feeling down. I'm still in shock and hurt and anger at what happened on Thursday night. Okay, I got back yesterday evening, and since then I've just not thought about it. Yeah, you know, laugh at Arsenal a little bit yesterday, etc., etc. That takes your mind off it a little bit. Football always moves, but essentially, the pain hasn't gone. And I know that might sound pessimistic. I know that might sound defeatist. I know that kind of goes against what we've been trying to do this season in terms of bouncing back and stuff like that. I'm just being truly honest of how I feel right now. I don't want to just come on here and just lie and just say my spirits are up when they're actually not. They're actually not. So obviously we've got to preview the game, but I thought I just had to say how I feel, because I'm still in my feels. I'm not going to lie to you. I worry about us in these big moments, in these big games, and Brighton will be licking their lips. And you can say, look, we should have enough to beat Brighton. We should have enough to do this. In all these games that we've been destroyed in most of them anyway, we've always should have enough to make that not happen. We've always had the players on the pitch to put in a better performance. But it's this. It is this. And I literally felt in that stadium, I felt, and again, I'm going backwards, I'm not looking forward. I know this game's about looking to tomorrow, and I will get there, I promise. I just had to get this out. I don't know if you guys feel like this or if you guys have just moved on. Let me know in the comments below. But in that stadium, I just looked at it and just thought, don't fancy this. And these lot ain't going to fancy this. This is going to be too big an occasion. This is going to be tough, and I can't see it. And then the mistakes came in, and what I mean is, in going into Sunday, I just feel like that can be the same. I just feel like the mentality's just shot in these big games. I know we, on the flip side, if I calm myself down and calm down as a fan, I know we did manage to do well against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final, neutral ground. It was a big game for them as well. They were up for it, you know, and we managed to manage that game really well. I think the manner that we scored the goals and how quickly we scored them managed to kill the game quite early, and it was a professional performance. Flipping, I would take that again, absolutely, against a tough Brighton side. But this Brighton side, look, I know league position doesn't suggest they're better than Newcastle, but this is going to be tactically a fantastic game. We are going to have to be really good to beat Brighton. I don't think we beat Brighton if we're not on it. I actually tell a lie. You might be able to scrape by, actually. I take that back. Brighton are so well drilled that you never know, they could miss chances and they could be putting us under pressure, but we were more clinical on the break because we got the better quality, etc., etc. It could actually be a game like that. I take that back, but I just fear for us. I mean, Eric Ten Hag spoke in his presser about us bouncing back. We've proved we can do it this season, which we have. And when I'm calmer, because again, still don't feel like I'm calm, which is really bad of me, but I can only be honest. But when I do take a step back, we have proven that we can bounce back from bad results. Not always instantly. You know, we said that against Liverpool, that we've proved we can bounce back from results. Then we didn't beat Southampton. Then we didn't beat Newcastle, but we won games in between in the Cups. But I don't know. I feel like, obviously it depends who plays. So obviously there's going to be no Harry Maguire, which again, after the performance on Thursday, is a good thing. You know, he just bred uncertainty throughout that team. I can't let David De Gea off the hook. He bred uncertainty into that team. And if you're Brighton looking at it, you're saying, let's play on him. Let's play on him. It's the truth. Let's put pressure on him. Let's try and stop him coming for crosses. Let's not let him take his time if the ball gets played back to him from Lindelof or Luke Shaw, who I think will have to play centre-back. You know, if Wan-Bissaka passes it back to him, if there's any passes back to De Gea, let's rush him. If you're Lewis Dunk, you know, you're thinking, or if you're one of the midfielders and you're Pascal Gross or you're Casada, you're thinking, listen, if this ball's bouncing, I'm just gonna knock it into an area, make De Gea have to come and get it. I saw what just happened in midweek. De Zerbi will absolutely look at that. You know, if you're Webster, you're thinking any clearances, put it down there. Let De Gea have to come for it. Let's put him under pressure, and that's a serious situation. Wan-Bissaka is going to be massively important against Mitoma. Mitoma's been he's been one of the players of the season. He's been in unbelievable form, and he's a fantastic player. And he's brilliant with the ball at his feet. He makes great runs. He's got fantastic technical ability. He's a great finisher. He can go left or right. He's quick. He's literally, you know, he's like I know this sounds a bit extra, but when Son's at his best, that literally is how Matoma plays. He is fantastic this season. And if you want one person to be on him, it's Wan-Bissaka. And he's going to be massively important in this game. I'll be stunned if Eric Ten Hag goes with Dalot at right back, knowing how good Matoma is and what type of form he's in. It's not the same level of unpredictability as at Alan St-Maximin. I would argue it's actually he's got better. He's got better end product than St-Maximin. St-Maximin might be a bag of tricks and really difficult to guess what he's going to do, but in terms of quality and knowing what you're going to get, it's Mitoma. He's a better player. So for me, it must be Wan-Bissaka playing at right back. Luke Shaw and Lindelof, it's got to be. You know what? And Cam picked up on this. He said Lindelof actually done quite well. He said Lindelof done really well, considering it was a shocking game. He still wanted the ball. He still tried to get the ball down and play. And obviously, out of the two centre backs, he was the better one. So you're looking for that calmness for Lindelof, and then you're looking at Luke Shaw, and you know Luke Shaw is perfectly capable of stepping into there. Hopefully, he's 100% fit. You know, I spoke to him after the game. He was kind of hobbling a little bit. Asked him if he's okay. He did say yes. And it hasn't been anything else to suggest otherwise. Anthony Martial is an interesting one. I don't think Ten Hag said in the presser, did he? I saw it and went through the quotes, and I didn't see him say that Martial is definitely injured or isn't. But I was looking through some quotes and I couldn't see. Obviously, I was on the plane at the time of the presser. But forgive me if I'm wrong, but I didn't see anything saying that he definitely is injured. But I don't know, the way I saw him with ice strapped around his leg, on his calf yesterday, when we was outside the change rooms after the game, I don't know. Is he fit? I don't know. And if he isn't, again, it's back to problems again, isn't it? Okay, you go with Rashford up top and Jadon Sancho on the left, who I'll get onto in a minute, and Anthony on the right. But past that, you know, who do we have to bring off the bench? Then it's going to be, you know, be Wout Weghorst later on and put Rashford back to the left when Jadon Sancho inevitably doesn't turn up again. You know, Jadon Sancho has to be at it again. He's getting an extended run in the team because of injuries, but I tell you what, if Garnacho was still fit and Rashford and Martial didn't have these injuries, he wouldn't be anywhere near it. He was so unsharp against Sevilla. You know, game before that against Betis. The game where he got taken off in Seville the week before, at home. Against Sevilla, and people were like, "Oh, why did he take him off?" I saw he couldn't run. He couldn't run, and it's a massive concern. It's a massive concern that we're not getting out of Jadon what we should be. He's not getting out of himself at the moment what he should be. He's a great young prospect, you know, he's young, but he's got to find it. He's got to find, and I know it's easy to say, he's got to find a similar trait to what Anthony does. Anthony could be dropping a stinker. Anthony could be playing a 0 out of 10. But that level of aggression, that level of running, that level of power in his legs, and just desire, the level of desire to still have an impact in the game, to get back into position, to win the ball back, to keep the shape, to not bottle 50-50s. That's there from Anthony. But when you look at Jadon, it's like, if everything isn't going well, he just struggles. And I think that's a big area of his game that he needs to sort out. Of course, he's an acute player. Of course, he's got you know, great composure on the ball, and he can recycle the ball, and he can link up well. He's got a great touch. He's got a clever brain. He possesses good traits. I do believe that. I'm not saying he's a nobody and he's finished. It's not that, but it is concerning to see what type of displays he's putting in. If we're calling a spade, you know, he hasn't been good since he's come. He's obviously had to have that time off this year, which we've all been behind him, by the way. He's come back from that, and let's be honest, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. It looks exactly the same as what he was doing before he got sent away to kind of rebuild himself. So I don't know whether it's mentality and he's got things going on, or he's still finding the pressure too much, or, you know, because now he's getting games. He's getting a consistent run of games, and he's not taking the chance. He's not taking the opportunity. He isn't. We have to be honest with that. But it's a big moment for him again at Wembley. Midfield, Bruno coming back is huge. I mean, we said that obviously in the absence of Bruno, Sabitzer coming back against Sevilla was massive. But again, when Bruno doesn't play, you can see, you can absolutely see. And I'm not saying, by the way, that actually had Bruno have played on Thursday, we would have been all right, because essentially the mistakes came and bred from Harry Maguire and David De Gea in that uncertainty in that area, and Sevilla just smelt it. And if we do that again with Lindelof and Shaw or whoever it may be, and De Gea makes mistakes, etc., Brighton will smell the same blood. They will get after you. You know, I know they're potentially missing Evan Ferguson, which is a big miss for them. But Danny Welbeck is, you know, all about him. He's been absolutely fine when he's come into play. You know, they've got threats all over the pitch. Solly March has been fantastic for them. Alexis McAllister just off the front. You know, you got Pascal Gross in central midfield alongside Casado. These players know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. You know, Estepinian is fantastic. Veltman's been really good as well. So look, we have to be absolutely at it. And you know what? I was feeling so negative after that Sevilla game. I'll be honest. I'll tell you what I said. I'll be honest. I said I just want the season to end. I just want the season to end. Give me fourth now. I don't want any more embarrassment of going on Sunday and losing against Brighton or losing against City in the final. And I was very defeatist. I was very low. I really was. I just had it. I was just done. I don't know whether it's because, you know, obviously we have to travel to all these games and you're in the ground and it swallows you up. You know, if I'm feeling like that, I wonder what the players are feeling like. That atmosphere in there, it got to me. I was fuming. I was rattled. I can admit it. And I was emotionally charged. And I went, do you know what? If you offered me now, end the season right now, just give me fourth place or third and the Carabao Cup and let me get out and let's get to the summer, I would have taken it. Have I changed my mind now? I don't know. I'm still in my feelings, so probably not. If you offered me third right now in the Carabao Cup versus don't find out what happened in the FA Cup, whether you get embarrassed by City and they go on and do the treble or whatever, then I still could take this option. But actually, to give the balance of it and to calm myself down and to talk some sense into myself as well, you know, let's flip this, because I can't just do a whole video just being negative. It's just not my style. I can tell you how I feel inside, but I will always try to find the positives and try and bounce back, because that's just me as a person. And actually, it's the reality of the situation we're in. On the flip side of it, you can look at it and say, well, you know what? We have got the chance at another trophy. And more importantly, we can talk about, I want Arsenal to win the league because it stops City doing the three-peat and it stops City winning the treble, etc. We can stop City winning the treble. We can do it. If you're a Manchester United player and it means that much to you, you look at it and say, we got 2 games to stop Manchester City doing the treble. 2. Beat Brighton tomorrow and beat City in the final. You've stopped them doing it. You've stopped them doing it. Doesn't matter if they win 3 Premier Leagues in a row. Doesn't matter if they win the Champions League. They won't get what we built. They won't get the treble. They won't get the hardest thing to do in history in this country. They won't get it because we're going to stop them. Do I believe we're going to beat City in the final? Do I believe we're even going to beat Brighton tomorrow? They're 2 different questions. I think we can beat Brighton tomorrow, but it is literally a 50-50 game for me. I don't even make us favourites. I actually make it a 50-50 game. I don't know if that's nerves talking or etc. But if I'm being honest with how Brighton are playing and how we are in the big moments, this game isn't quite away, so that helps. And I'm hoping actually that the occasion, and this is doing Brighton a disservice. This is me being quite cheeky actually, but I'm hoping that the occasion overawes Brighton and maybe they don't show up how they've been showing up. Can I see that happening? No, I think we're gonna have to be good to beat them. But again, I'm looking for things because that's how I feel about us right now. I just feel down. So if I'm being honest, Brighton is going to be a tough game. So yeah, back to what if we don't beat Brighton, it's our own fault. Not rely on Arsenal to beat them and hopefully Real Madrid can do this and then hopefully AC Milan or Inter Milan can stop them in the final if City get there. Forget all that. We've got a chance to stop them doing the treble. The buck stops there. Look at yourselves, Manchester United, and go out and flip and fight. Say City ain't winning it on our watch. And I know Eric Ten Hag is looking at it game by game. I understand that. Of course, we have to do that. We can't look too far ahead because if we look at City just trying to stop them doing the treble, we get our arse handed to us by Brighton. Obviously, it's game by game. So, you know, I'm thinking far ahead there because we might not even get past Brighton. If we're focusing just on Brighton, we've got to do our job. We've got to stand up and be counted for and get to that final. But the way we're playing right now, I am very, very nervous about this game, and I'm not confident. I'll be honest with you. I can, like I said, 50-50. I can literally see us putting in a performance like we did against Sevilla, where we just weren't at it, making mistakes, quite silly on the ball. Or I can see us scraping through and getting the W. What I can't see is us just blowing Brighton away and being very, very comfortable in the game. I can't see that. If we win, I think it will be very tight. And if we lose, I think it will be really poor. That's just how I feel. So let me know what you guys think. Anything else I need to talk about in terms of team news? The Martial one again. You know, I was talking to Darmesh about Martial. Can he redeem himself? You know, can he have a big say in this running? He was poor again. He was poor again in Seville. Wasn't all on him, of course it wasn't. But again, another injury, another. You know, I saw Wout Weghorst warming up at half time. I knew he wasn't going to come on at half time because of how, you know, Luke Shaw and Rashford were warming up with the coaches and were actually going to come on. But Wout Weghorst warming up at half time showed me that Martial had gone in probably at half time and said, I feel something. Even before Maguire trod on him or whatever happened, that calamitous thing happened. Even before that happened, Wout Weghorst was warming up at half time. That tells me that Martial played that half and had some complaints. Otherwise, why would Wout Weghorst be warming up at half time? In the previous 3 or 4 games where Martial's been starting, Wout Weghorst hasn't been warming up at half time. What's happened is that he starts warming up early in the second half, getting ready to come on midway through the second half. Not warming up at half time, ready to come on early in the second half, which is exactly what happened anyway. I hope it was more preservation. I mean, he was taking a slow limp round the pitch anyway. Didn't look good. So if he doesn't start again, we're another player down. But Casemiro, Eriksen and Bruno in midfield are going to have to be excellent. They're going to have to be excellent. And James Sancho's going to have to raise it. And at the back, between Lindelof and Shaw, they've got to be absolutely at it. So I can't even give a prediction because I'm not confident. I'm sorry, guys. I know this sounds negative. Please put in the comments if you feel different. Put in the comments if you think, Flex, you know what? Thursday's gone. You know, Maguire's not going to play. De Gea can calm down because he's got better centre-backs in front of him, even though it's not our first choice, and we'll be fine. Or let me know if you feel how I feel, which is still quite deflated, still undecided, and extremely nervous. I was extremely nervous before Sevilla, and I'm extremely nervous now, more so now. You know, the humiliation of going out in 2 cup competitions just like that. One in the manner that we did in Seville, and one that could be in a bad way against Brighton. You know, because let's make no mistake, our players, you know, we should be winning this game. On paper, you know, understanding the occasion, playing at Wembley, you know, this is big for Brighton. But like De Zerbi said, they absolutely deserve to be there on this stage playing against us. They've been fantastic in this season. They've been brilliant. You know, should have beaten Spurs, dispatched of Chelsea. I know they're not the best teams in the league, but still, they are. They have been. The football that they've been playing has been absolutely brilliant. Smash Liverpool at home. Like you know, they've been really good, and I'm dreading going to the Amex to play them as well. But anyway, let me not get too ahead of ourselves. So smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and let me know what you're thinking. How are you feeling? Are you nervous? Do you think we can get this done? Am I overreacting? Am I overreacting? Am I being too nervous? Am I being pessimistic? Let me know how you feel. Take care. See you there. Peace.